This picture is showing you one of the most dangerous situations I've ever experienced while backpacking, and believe it or not, I didn't even know it at the time. So how was this even possible? Well, let me explain so you don't make the same mistake that I did when I first started ultralight backpacking. At the very beginning of my ultralight backpacking journey, my sole focus for gear was weight and weight alone. Return to this photo, taken in the heart of the wintertime in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. My first ever ultralight trip, and my first ever winter backpacking trip too. And in my ultralighting genius, this is what I decided to bring on that trip for my sleep system. A 16-ounce 50-degree down blanket and a 1/4-inch generic accordion style foam mat. And that's it. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the White Mountains of New Hampshire, just know that this is so completely inadequate for this time of season, and in general, really any season in the White Mountains. At the very, very least, I would be miserable sleeping that night, but at the very most, it would be downright dangerous. So this begs the question, how did my trip go? Well, thankfully, the same inexperience that got me into the situation actually got me out of the situation too. Early in my trip, I encountered waist-deep snow, and I didn't bring any snowshoes with me. The trail was really difficult to follow, and at certain points I was actually breaking trail. And because of all of this, I decided to turn around and go home because I just couldn't make any miles.
And it was later when I gained more experience with backpacking, and especially ultralight backpacking, that I realized the grave errors that I had made when I had planned this particular trip. That 1/4-inch foam mat in that 50-degree blanket just wouldn't even have come close to cutting it for me that night. And the fact that I didn't even bring snowshoes was just absolutely preposterous. And it was all in the name of saving weight. That's all I cared about. How light could I go on this trip?
So hopefully it goes without saying what the lesson is here, but just in case, it is bring adequate gear for the trip that you're going on. If your sole focus is on weight and weight alone, just know that this could lead to really bad outcomes, especially if you don't have experience in the backcountry, as I really didn't then at that point. I could have endangered my life and worse, the lives of others. Please do not make this mistake. When you first start on your ultralight journey, yes, it is important to shave ounces and to find places to shave unimportant ounces. And honestly, not every trip, in my view, can warrant an ultralight trip. When I go backpacking in the White Mountains of New Hampshire in the wintertime, it's almost nearly impossible to go anywhere close to 10 pounds or under. So go ultralight when it makes sense. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time today. Have a great day, and I will see you in the backcountry.